Are you ready to take your web design to the next level? Discover the power of AI-driven techniques with our innovative course, featuring Midjourney-inspired interfaces and UI elements. Our comprehensive course will teach you the art of creating visually appealing web designs that stand out from the crowd. We'll explore the use of prompts to generate unique images that leave a lasting impression. We'll get inspiration from this generated image and start our design from scratch. In our design process, we'll build the foundation of our design using Wireframes, which is a simplified visual representation of a digital product or website that shows the basic layout, structure, and functionality without any visual design or branding. It helps designers focus on the user experience, layout, and functionality before moving on to the visual design phase. From sleek logo to eye-catching buttons and icons, our expert instructors will guide you through every aspect of UI design. Colors are essential in UI design as it greatly influences the interface's look and feel. Choosing the right colors and creating a consistent palette is crucial for visually appealing designs. A palette includes primary, secondary, and accent colors to set the tone, add depth, and create hierarchy. Well-designed color combinations evoke emotions and align with brand identity. Unlock the power of gradients by adding depth, dimension, and visual interest to your interface with stunning color blends. From subtle elegance to eye-catching vibrancy, gradients create captivating backgrounds, buttons, and highlights. Typography is not just a mere element of UI design, but a crucial factor that can make or break your user experience. We will be using Inter from Google Fonts. From font size to letter spacing, every detail counts when it comes to communicating information effectively to your users. A well-crafted typography not only aligns with your brand identity, but also ensures legibility and accessibility for all users. Elevate your typography with variable fonts, the ultimate game changer for designers. With customization options, we can create unique typography that stands out and leaves a lasting impression. Say goodbye to ordinary and hello to stunning, personalized designs that capture attention and communicate effectively. From Midjourney to wireframes to stunning gradients and typography that leave a lasting impression, master the art of visually appealing designs. So let's get started. Welcome to this section, where we'll dive into web design essentials. We'll explore how wireframes help create a strong design foundation, find inspiration with Midjourney, and uncover the secrets of web layouts and UI patterns. Get ready to discover the critical ingredients for building captivating and user-friendly websites. Let's embark on this exciting journey of web design together. Here we have the image that served as our inspiration for this beautiful design. We will position the logo and the top menu in the same place as depicted in the image. Additionally, we will include a prominent title accompanied by a description and a button. The hero section will be positioned on the right side. Lastly, we will incorporate card layouts at the bottom of the design. In our design, we will add our own unique touches, such as incorporating light and dark mode versions and introducing an updated layout. As you can see, our design has evolved significantly from the initial image that inspired us. It now carries its own distinct style and personality while still retaining elements that make it visually appealing and functional. Let me provide you with some examples. In this image, you'll notice that the logo is positioned in the center, while the top menu consistently remains at the top of the page. However, the distinguishing factor lies in the side menu placement, where all the elements are aligned to the right side and the hero section is on the left. Another example, a section for the hero, a section for the title and description, the top menu and the logo is always on the top. When designing landing pages, there are common layout principles to keep in mind. The logo is usually placed on the left or in the center to make it stand out. The top menu is positioned in the middle or at the top right for easy navigation. A special section called the hero area is always included, showcasing illustration and a big title, description, and button to capture attention. Towards the bottom, you'll often find card layouts that provide extra information. All these design elements come together to create an attractive and effective landing page. When you're designing wireframes, it's important to consider how information is organized and how users will navigate your design. One helpful tip is to use established UI patterns, which can make your design more familiar and easier to use. To find examples of these patterns, I suggest checking out Mobbin Design. They have a big library of real app screenshots organized by category, so you can see how other designers have used these patterns in their work. Before we get started, you must subscribe or sign in. Once you've done that, let's jump right into the Midjourney Discord and locate the newbies channel. In my case, I already have my own channel where I generated my images. If you haven't created your own server yet, I highly recommend doing so, and I'll be happy to guide you through the process. To add a server, simply click on the plus icon. A new panel will appear, and you should select the option to create your own server, specifically for you and your friends. You can personalize it by uploading an image and changing the server name. In my case, I'll add Midjourney since it matches my initial server's name. Great job! Now you have your very own server. However, we still need to connect the Midjourney bot to your server. Let's head back to the Midjourney server. Navigate to the right side of your screen where you'll find the list of users. Locate the Midjourney bot and click on it. Next, select Add to Server and choose your server name from the list. Click on Authorize, and don't forget to verify that you're a human by ticking the corresponding box. Congratulations! You now have your very own Midjourney server. This is where all the magic happens, and where you'll be generating your amazing images. To generate an image, simply use the /imagine prompt command. Paste your desired prompt and then patiently wait for the image to be generated. You now have your set of generated images. If you're not fully satisfied with the results, don't worry. You can generate more until you find the perfect one. If you happen to really like a particular image, simply click on it, and it will generate an upscaled version for you. Saving an image is simple. Just click on the image you want to save and select the option to save it. Alternatively, you can visit your Midjourney page where you'll find a collection of all the images you have generated. From there, you can easily access and view all of your creations. Additionally, you can explore prompts provided by others in Midjourney. Let's head back to the Explore section, where you can search for a specific image. Once you find one you're interested in, click on it and then click on the More icon. From there, you can easily copy the prompt associated with that image. Remember, you can't take someone else's image, but you can certainly use their prompt to generate your own unique image. Each generated image is truly one of a kind, so you'll never get the exact same result as someone else. Usually, using a limited color palette with 4 colors for wireframes is common. In my case, I will be using 4 colors for the wireframes, and I have already created a color style for them that you can choose from. Now, let's create our wireframe, which serves as a visual representation or blueprint of a web page or mobile app. By providing a simplified and low-fidelity outline, wireframes help define the fundamental structure and layout of a design, without delving into specific visual details such as colors, fonts, or images. Press on F to create a frame of 2048 by 2048 and fill with the wireframe color 1-inch style. You can see a lack of contrast between my canvas background and my frame. I'm going to change it to a dark gray. We will be creating a new frame within the presentation frame to design our web app. Press on F. Create a frame of 1840 by 1624 inside the presentation frame and fill with the wireframe color 2 style. Set the corner radius to 30 and center it. Let's name our layers by design and presentation. We require a designated area for the bottom sheet where we intend to incorporate card layouts. Press on R and create a rectangle of 1840 by 678. Make sure to place the layer inside the design frame, then align it at the bottom and center it. Name the layer by base and fill it with wireframe color 3. In this part, we aim to create a space for the card layouts. Press R to create a rectangle of 440 by 276. Name the layer by base and set 20 on the corner radius. Create a rectangle with dimensions 440 by 278 for the image. Name the layer by image and fill it with Wireframe Color 1. Select the base layer and fill it with Wireframe Color 4. Then set 20 on the image layer's top left and right corner radius. Place the base layer above the image layer. This way, we can cover a portion of the image layer. In the next section, we will apply colors and gradients, adding a transparent gradient on the top of our image. The spacing should be 227 from the top. Press on Command+G to group the two rectangles. Name the group by card 1. For the icon, select the Polygon tool. The dimension is 68 by 68. Set 6 on the corner and the count section. Align with the top base. You will notice that the polygon shape doesn't fill the entire frame, leaving a visible padding seam. That's why the spacing is 14 from the right. Then fill with a color from the color palette. The card layout is missing content such as titles, subtitles, and descriptions. The font size will determine the rectangle's height once we add the text in the upcoming section. The spacing for the text is not important right now, because once we change the shapes into text, the spacing will change completely. Now we'll focus on creating a space for the title, subtitle, and description. Press on R and create a rectangle of 216 by 24 for the title. Set the corner radius to 10 and name the layer by title. Duplicate the rectangle and change the size to 307 by 15. Name the layer by subtitle. Duplicate again. Change the name to description. Then duplicate 2 more. Put 8 on the spacing and place all the layers inside the card, one group. Select all the rectangles and fill with Wireframe Color 2. I know the spacing will change once we put the text in, but to make it look good visually, I'm still going to move all the rectangles to about 70 pixels from the left and 24 from the top, then 24 between items. For the descriptions is going to be 8. We need a button to complete the card layout. Create a rectangle with dimensions 216 by 48 for the button. Set the corner radius to 10. Align in the center and place it at the bottom. The spacing is 28 from the bottom and 112 from the left and right. Fill it with Wireframe Color 2 and name the layer by button. Place the button layer inside the card 1 group. We will add a separator between the title and the subtitle. Press on L and create a line. Make sure is 0 on the rotation. Change the width to 367. Name the layer by separator 1, duplicate, and name by separator 2. Place separator 2 under separator 1, and change the width to 2 in the stroke section. Group the 2 lines, and name the group by separator. Change the color of one of the wireframe colors. Select separator 2 and change the width size to 300. Press Shift plus Command on your keyboard while clicking the title, subtitle, and descriptions layers and move them to the left. The spacing is 40 from the left. Do the same thing to the separator group. Then, duplicate card 1 will automatically name by card 2 and card 3. You can adjust the spacing with the Smart selection, set the number here, or you can click on here and drag it to the right or left to adjust the spacing. We're going to set it to 116. Group all the cards and names by card layouts. We are going to do the spacing. Press the Option key on your keyboard to see the spacing. I want 77 from the top, so I'll select the base and change the height. First of all, I'm going to delete the second base. I don't know why I have 2 same layers. Select the base, change the height size to 681, and align the bottom. The spacing should be 77 from the top, and the bottom should be 100. Group the base and the 3 cards and name the layer by bottom sheet. Let's jump into the top menu, a visual guide for users to navigate through different website pages. Press on R and create a rectangle of 82 by 38. Set the corner radius to 10 and name the layer by navigation 1. Duplicate 4 more. The name should be automatically navigation 2, 3, 4, 5. The spacing between items is 24. Group them and name the group by top menu. Place the top menu in the top right corner. The spacing is 130 from the right and 56 from the top. In this part, we will create a circle and a rectangle representing our logo and brand name. Press O to create a circle of 38 by 38. Then create a rectangle of 82 by 38. The spacing between them is 24. Name the circle by logo and name the rectangle by the name of the brand. Group them and name the group by logo. The spacing is 130 from the left and 56 from the top. Select the rectangle and set 10 on the corner radius. Select the layers we didn't fill with color and fill them with one of the wireframe colors. We will create a space for our title, description, and button. For the title, the dimension of the rectangle is 560 by 80. Set the corner radius to 20. The spacing is 130 from the left. Name the layer by title. Duplicate and change the size to 560 by 16. Name by description and duplicate 3 more. For the button, create a rectangle of 195 by 48. Set 10 on the corner radius. Duplicate one of the description rectangles. Name the layer by update and change the size to 200 by 28. Also, name the button rectangle. We're going to set 24 for the spacing between each element. We're going to group them and name them by content. Also, we're going to fill it with one of the wireframe colors. Unlike the image of our inspiration, we will add a little touch by adding an updated layout. We will move the content group before jumping to the next step, creating the updated layout. Select the content group and move down. The spacing is 156 from the logo. Let's begin with the base. Press R and create a rectangle of 424 by 717 and set the corner radius to 20. Fill it with wireframe color 1. Then align it with the top menu. We'll create a list layout. Create rectangle of 400 by 86. Go to independent corner and set 20 on the top and bottom right corners. Name the 2 layers by base. For the title, create a rectangle of 100 by 24. The spacing is 48 from the top. Set 20 on the corner radius. Name the layer by title. Select the 2 rectangles and fill it with a color from the wireframe color palette. Create a circle 46 by 46. The spacing is 16 from the left and 20 from the top and bottom, and name it by icon. Create rectangle 100 by 17, set 10 on the corner radius. Duplicate the rectangle, change the size to 100 by 13. Select the 2 rectangles and set 8 on the spacing. Then, align with the icon. I will extend the rectangle for the description. Name the layer by description and title. Fill the 2 rectangle with a color from the wireframe color one. Group the base, icon, title, and description layer, and name by list 1. Then duplicate 4 more. The spacing between the group is 8. The last step is the button of our update layout. The size of the rectangle is 222 by 48. Aligning it in the center, the spacing will be 24, but as we move forward, we will probably change the spacing. We're going to select all the list layer, group them, and name by list. The spacing from the title is 32. We're going to name the rectangle by button then, group everything. Name the layer by update layer. Of course, fill the rectangle with a color from the wireframe color palette. With the solid foundation of our wireframes in place, we've successfully established the structure and layout of our design. In the next section, we're going to bring our design to life by integrating key design elements such as colors, images, and typography. Now that our wireframe is set, we can delve into the principles of color and gradients, infusing them into your design. By harnessing the power of Midjourney, we can elevate the aesthetic appeal even further by seamlessly integrating carefully generated images. I carefully selected the color for the color palette of our design project. The color palette acts as a visual foundation, giving designers various options to maintain consistency and make everything look cohesive throughout the design. The colors we've chosen draw inspiration from the image generated by Midjourney. Our palette includes options for both light and dark modes, featuring stunning shades of pink, purple, teal, blue, and coral that harmoniously blend throughout. Running out of color palette ideas? No problem at all. Midjourney is here to lend a hand. It can generate color palettes to give us a much-needed boost. And guess what? I've got some fantastic inspiration to share with you. I used a specific prompt to generate these palettes, and I think you'll find them quite inspiring. Incorporating gradients into your design can enhance the overall impression compared to using solid colors alone. Gradients are commonly employed for buttons and backgrounds, but they can also be effectively utilized for text layers, adding depth and visual interest. My button design is inspired by this inspiration. If you're interested in generating your own unique concepts, feel free to explore the prompt I used as a starting point. The purpose of color styles in Figma is to establish consistency and efficiency in the design process. Color styles allow for quick changes and modifications, saving time and effort when working on large-scale projects. I have organized my colors into multiple categories. To create a color style in Figma, select the color you want to add a style and click on the 4-point icon next to the plus in the fill section. Then, name the color, add a description, and click Create Style. To bring our design project to life, we require 4 crucial images. Let me guide you through generating these images using Midjourney, utilizing the prompts we have at hand. Images are significant in capturing attention, particularly in the hero section and card layout. The hero image on a landing page holds immense importance as it acts as the focal point, instantly captivating the viewer's attention. It establishes the overall tone and leaves a lasting impression, making the website or product more memorable. I very like this image, so I'm going to save it, or I can copy the image and paste to my canvas. If you're not completely satisfied with the result, don't worry. You can always generate more images to find the perfect one. I found another one that I really like too. Here is the image I will use, and these are the 2 new images I have generated with you. Make sure you have generated 4 images, 1 for hero section and 3 for the card. Now it's time to take our wireframe back. Let's apply the saved colors to the presentation frame and design frame. Select the presentation frame and choose presentation/dark/landing. Then select the design frame and choose background/dark/landing. Now bring the hero image into our design. Place the layer at the bottom of the list layer. Select again the design frame. We're going to add drop shadow. Set 100 on the Y and 100 on blur, using the color black at 25% opacity. To achieve the desired effect, we will modify the bottom sheet by making its background transparent. Select the base layer. Apply the bottom sheet/dark/landing style. Add stroke and apply outline/dark/bottom sheet. Opt for the outside placement and set the width to 1. The base is transparent because I want to use the same color as our initial background. So we only see the outline. Let's make the corner curve. Set the corner radius to 30. We still see the contrast between the image and the background. To be able to hide it, we must create a background blur. Create a rectangle of 2247 by 433. Fill with background blur/dark/landing and apply effect background blur/dark/landing. Name the layer by background blur. Place at the bottom of the image to hide the line. With the background blur, we see the outline better. Now we will select all the base in the card layouts. Select the base from the card 1 group. Apply the card/dark/landing color style. It's time to bring the other image inside the card layouts. Place the image layer on top of the image rectangle. Group them and name by image. Select the rectangle and used it as a mask. To avoid repeating the same process, copy the image group, then paste to the other image layer. Let's select all the base layers in the card layouts once more. We'll add an outline to them. Choose the card/dark/landing style. To make it easier for you to locate, I've also provided descriptions for each style. Then add background blur to 20. This is the effect I intended to achieve. You can remove the style to see what I did. I incorporated a linear gradient to create a gradient with transparency at the top and no transparency towards the bottom. By applying a background blur, we achieve the glass morphism effect. When we will add text, it will stand out more due to the increased contrast between the text and the background blur. Now, Select all the button layer in the card layouts. Change the color style for button/dark/card. Add stroke and apply outline/dark/button card. Then we're going to add effect button/dark/card landing, which is the shadow at the bottom. We're going to change the image for the two others card layouts. Simply copy the new image and then paste to replace to the old image. Select the icon, fill with icon/dark/card, add stroke with outline/dark/icon. For the button, I was inspired by one of the old designs we have already created. This is the glass reflection effect. To do that, I add two gradients in the fill section. The second linear color is the shadow on the bottom of the button. I place the color in the middle. Here's the design that inspired me. As you can see, theses layouts, I use the same technique to design the button. Select all the icons. We're going to add drop shadow. Set 30 on the blur. We're going to use the color purple 763 dB. You can see a subtle purple shadow around the shape. Now let's select all the buttons and reduce the shadow's opacity to 80%. Although the difference might not be drastic, I believe 100% would be too noticeable. So I prefer to reduce a little. Let's head to the top menu. We'll choose the last rectangle for the sign up button. Fill it with the button/dark/top menu color style. Next, add a stroke using the outline/dark/top menu and apply the button/dark/top menu effect. You might wonder why we didn't add a background blur to hide the contrast between the image and background. That's because we'll include a background blur similar to what we did before to ensure a seamless blend. Let's go to the main button in the content group. Duplicate the layer, name it by glow, group them together and name them button. Select the button layer and fill with the button dark main color style. Then select the glow layer and apply button/dark/main glow. Select the glow layer and change the width size to 204. Align with the other rectangle. Then we're going to add layer blur to 34. Add stroke, search button, outline/dark/main button. Let's go to the update layout. Select the base and apply layout/dark/landing in the fill section. Then we're going to add an outline. Add stroke and apply outline/dark/update. We will also add effect, select layout/dark/update. For the list layout, select all the base in the list group and apply list layout/dark/update in the fill section. Then we're going to add stroke, apply outline/dark/update list. Now, we're going to select the first circle in the first layout, and we're going to fill with the icon dark update style. Select the four other circles and apply icon dark update layout. Then add stroke. Apply outline dark icon update. Select again the first circle and add stroke outline dark icon update. Also, we're going to add effect icon dark main icon update. Now we're going to select the button layer. We're going to fill with the button dark update layout style. And we're going to add stroke. Choose outline dark update layout. Then we're going to add effect button dark update layout. Remember earlier when we applied the color style to the sign up button and the background was transparent? Well, now it's time to add the background blur as we discussed. Press on R, create a rectangle of 2046 by 200. Apply background blur/dark/top and add effect background blur top. Place the layer at the top. Name the layer by background blur and then place the layer inside the frame at the top of the image layer. Now you might be wondering why we didn't just add a background blur to the button itself. Well, the reason is simple. I wanted to apply a blur effect on top of the image itself, allowing for a more visually appealing result. I'm going to add another background blur, and this time it's because I'll be placing some text on it. I need to create contrast between the image and the text, and using a background blur is the perfect solution for achieving this effect. Create a rectangle of 1130 by 1370. Fill with background blur/dark left side. Then add effect background blur/left side. Name the layer by background blur and place inside the frame at the top of the other background blur. Let's focus on the content now. I'll simply move the layers around. To accommodate my large two-line title, I'll duplicate the title layer. I'll set the spacing between the same category to 16 and the rest to 30. To align the button with the text, I'll position it to the left. Using the ruler tool, I'll add a red line to mark where all my layers stop. This will help ensure that my button aligns perfectly with the same line. I'm going to move down the content group. I've already used an outline as a separator, but I want to add another one to make it more noticeable, with a subtle glow and a lighter color. Press R and create a thin line with dimensions of 1840 by 1. Fill it with separator/dark/gradient1. Name the layer by separator 1. Duplicate and name by separator 2. Place it below the separator 1. Select the separator 2, change the height size to 2, and change the color style to separator/dark/gradient glow. Lastly, add a layer blur of 4 to achieve the desired effect. Make sure to align the separator with the outline of the bottom sheet's base, and voila! We now have our separator delicately glowing with a soft light color. We've successfully integrated images and colors into our design. In the next section, we'll add typography and icons to give our design its final touches and make it come alive. Get ready for an exciting journey as we put the finishing touches together. In this section, we'll explore typography essentials, including material design and iOS guidelines, along with variable fonts. With colors and images in place, our final step is to bring in text using text styles and enhance our design with SF symbol icons for that ideal finishing touch. Choosing the right font is one of the most critical aspects of typography. A good font should be easy to read, match the overall tone of your design, and convey your message effectively. For our project, we will use Inter, a remarkable font from Google Fonts. For the logo, we will make a font change. Instead of using Inter, we will switch to Manrope. This font choice will bring a fresh and distinct look to the logo, adding a touch of uniqueness to the overall design. The appropriate font size for web app guidelines can vary depending on several factors such as the target audience, the type of content, and the overall design of the web app. For the main body text, a font size between 16px and 18px is commonly employed. This range offers a comfortable reading experience for most users, making it suitable for paragraphs and long-form content. Headings play a vital role in creating visual hierarchy and highlighting different sections. Typically, heading sizes range from 20px to 36px, with the main heading, H1, being the largest and subsequent headings, H2, H3, etc., gradually decreasing in size. Subheadings, captions, and other secondary text often benefit from a font size of approximately 14px to 16px. This choice helps distinguish them from the main body text while ensuring readability. For navigation menus, buttons, and interactive elements, a font size of around 14px to 16px is recommended. This range ensures that these elements are easily clickable and legible. In our design, we will adopt a font size of 15px for these elements to strike a balance between usability and visual harmony. It's also important to consider the line height, or the spacing between lines of text. A good line height can improve readability and reduce eye strain. A general guideline is to use a line height of 1.5 times the font size, but this can also vary depending on the font and layout. Line length is an essential aspect of typography that can significantly affect the readability and legibility of text. It refers to the width of the text block or the number of characters per line. The optimal line length varies depending on the typeface, font size, and leading used in the design. Generally, lengths between 45-75 characters per line are optimal for most typefaces and font sizes. Knowing material design and iOS standards is important for web designers and developers. Material design is Google's system for designing Android apps and websites, while iOS is Apple's design system for their mobile OS. By understanding their default font sizes and hierarchy of typography styles, designers can create consistent and visually appealing interfaces. Variable fonts are a new font format that gives designers more control and flexibility over their typography. Unlike traditional fonts, which have a limited set of styles like bold or italic, variable fonts allow designers to change many aspects of the font, such as weight, width, slant, and X height. However, not all fonts have all the variable options available. We will use icon from SF Symbols 4 into our design. SF Symbols is a versatile icon library provided by Apple, offering a wide range of icons that are designed to seamlessly integrate with the iOS ecosystem. To ensure your text is easily readable, it's important to maintain sufficient contrast between the font and the background. Black or white colors are generally the safest choices as they contrast well with most color schemes. Now we're ready to get started. Let's begin with the title. Press on T on your keyboard and type Imagine With. The font size should be set to 80, and we will apply the heading/H1 text style, automatically adjusting the size for you. Duplicate the text and write Serendipity or your brand. Then we will fill with the label/dark/title color style. We can now delete the two rectangles. Let's go to the description area. Press on T and add your descriptions. Change the text style to body 2. Now we can delete the 4 rectangles, and then we're going to add a color style. Choose the label/dark/secondary color style. We're going to add the texts inside the content group. On top of the button rectangle, we're going to write Generate Images. Choose the button style. On top of the update rectangle, write Introducing Image Feature using button style. Select the update rectangle, change the width size to 201, and set 8 on the corner radius. Finally, we're going to change the text style to Caption 1. I want my text to fit within the rectangle and have space for the icon. This is all the icon set that we're going to use for this design project. Let's take the double circle icon and bring in the design, or you can choose your own icons in the SF symbol. Place the icon on the left. The spacing from the left is 8, and the top and bottom is 4, and between the text is also 4. Group the icon, the text, and the update rectangle together, and name the group by Update Feature. Then, bring inside the content group. I didn't set the color style for this layout. Select the update rectangle and fill with linear gradient using the color white. At the top is 100%, and at the bottom is 50%, and set 10% on the fill. Then we're going to add stroke with linear again. With the same color, white at the top is 10% and the bottom is 0%. Choose the placement to inside. Then add drop shadow Y30, blur 60, color black 50 overlay. We need an icon to our button. I have a great idea that matches the theme perfectly. How about using stars? They will complement the overall design and add a touch of magic to our button. Let's incorporate the star icon and make our button shine even brighter. Now let's group the icon, the text, and the rectangle together, and name the group by main button. Then bring the group inside the content group. Let's increase the width size to 202. The spacing from the left and right is 26. Between the icon and the text is 5. Don't forget to bring the glow rectangle in the main button group. We're going to group the title together, so it's going to be easier to do the spacing. Then, select each element inside the content group, click on the Smart selection, and click on Align Left. We're going to set the spacing between each element to 30. Select the content group, we're going to move it down. The spacing should be 168 from the logo at the top. I think there is too much spacing between the title. I'm going to set it to 0 instead of 16. Unfortunately, we need to adjust the spacing. One of the reasons I love using auto layout is that it automatically adjusts the spacing when we change the size. In the next section, I'll guide you through the process of using auto layout. Now, let's jump into the card layout section. Go to the first rectangle and write a title using Discord. We're going to use heading 4 style. Then below, we're going to write a subtitle, Mastering the Art of Prompt Writing. We're going to use subtitle 2. Then, we're going to write a description. Prompt writing involves crafting clear and engaging prompts, while using images to create a visual representation of the idea or concept, using Body to style. Now we can delete the rectangles. We're going to change the color text to a color style. The description will be the secondary color style, and the title and the subtle is going to be primary. For the button, write Explore Now using button style. Add an icon. I'm going to use this icon. We will show you how to generate and create your own unique icon in the following course. We're going to group the rectangle, the text, and the icon together. Name the group by button. Bring the button group in the card one group. The spacing is 48 from the left and right, and 5 between the icon and the text. Select the title, and we're going to change the height size of the frame to 36. The spacing should be 20 from the top and 5 from the separator. For the other elements, the spacing is 16. Make sure all the content is 40 from the left. We're going to select the base, the title, subtitle, description, and the button in a group. Name it by bottom card. To avoid repeating the same process, we're going to copy and paste to replace to the other cards, then delete the rectangles. Make sure that the polygon is on the top of the bottom card. Let's go into the Update Layout area. The first rectangle is for the title. Press on T and write Updates. We're going to use heading 4. Click on the More icons and choose Auto Width. Bring the text layer inside the Update Layout group. The spacing is 39 from the top and 86 for the left. Select the list one from the Update Layout. Press on T and write Upload Image using the subtitle one. Go to the More icon and choose Auto WDH. When setting up the text style, I opted for a fixed size rather than auto width. The reason behind this choice is that using auto width for the longest text wouldn't achieve the desired effect. Choose the label Dark Accent 1 color style. By utilizing fixed size, we can ensure that longer text fits better within the designated space. Place the text inside the list one group and delete the rectangle. Now, we're going to add a categories of the update, which is New Feature, and add a random date. We're going to use Caption 1. Of course, set to Auto WDH and change the color style to secondary. The spacing is 24 from the circle and 20 from the top and bottom. To avoid repeating the same process, copy the two texts and paste to the other list layout. Then, delete the rectangles. Now let's change the text. Write View More on the button, using the button style, and choose Auto Width. Now it's time to incorporate the icons into the empty circles. Then, group the circle and the icon together, name by icon. Repeat the same process with the other. Make sure to place the icon group inside the list group. Let's go to the button and add an icon. I choose an arrow right icon. Align them in the center. The spacing is 60 from the left and right. We're going to add icons for the empty polygons in the card layout. Align them in the center, then group the icon and the polygon. Name by icon. Repeat the same process. Now that we're finished with the icons, let's move on to adding a color style for the separator. It's something we overlooked earlier, but no worries. We can easily rectify it now. Select the Separator 2 and choose Card 2 Style from the Separator Dark categories. And add Layer Blur to 4. Select the Separator 1 and choose Card 1 Style. To avoid repeating the same process, we will simply copy the separator group and paste to replace the others. I'm the type of person who changes my mind at the last minute. Like they say, only the crazy ones never change their mind. I've noticed that the list layout doesn't quite have enough height for my liking. To address this, I've decided to increase the height to 94. Also, for the corner radius, we're going to change to 20 instead of 30. With the increased height, the list will provide ample space for information and enhance the overall usability. We must change the spacing. Select the icon. The spacing must be 24 from the top and bottom. The spacing should be 20 and the top too, so that's mean that the spacing between item is 8. We're going to repeat the same process. Select all the list layouts. Set the spacing to 8. The spacing from the top is 36. Select the button. The spacing is 48 from the bottom and 8 from the list layouts. For the top menu, we need 5 types of navigation, such as Home, Browse, Updates, Pricing, and Sign Up. Let's start with the first rectangle. Press on T and write Home and use button style. Go to More and choose Auto Width. Duplicate and change to Browser. The color style is going to be primary. We're going to do the same thing, duplicate each time, and change the text. Now we're going to bring all the text layers inside the top menu group. Then we're going to group the rectangle and the text together and name the layer. Select all the rectangles. Remove the color from the fill section, leaving it transparent. By doing this, we'll retain the shape of the rectangles and create a frame-like appearance. Now let's move on to the final step, the logo section. For my brand, I've chosen an icon from the SCF symbol library that I believe aligns perfectly with my brand identity. In the upcoming sections, we'll delve into the exciting world of creating custom icons and logos using Midjourney and vectorization techniques. Group the icon and the circle together and name the group by logo. Instead of erasing the circle, we'll actually keep it to create a frame. This frame will serve as a helpful guide for maintaining consistent spacing and alignment within our design. Now, we're going to write the name of our brand, Serendipity, and choose Auto Width. For the title, let's make a font change. Instead of using Inter, we will switch to Manrope. This font choice will bring a fresh and distinct look to the title, adding a touch of uniqueness to the overall design. It's a better fit. So, select 30 for the font size and extra bold. The spacing is going to be 4 between the title and the icon. Congratulations! You've completed the 3 most crucial steps in our design journey. You've accomplished creating the structure and incorporating color, images, typography, and icons into our design. This significant achievement demonstrates your creativity, attention to detail, and design skills. You've laid a strong foundation for a visually compelling and engaging design by navigating through these steps. Well done on your remarkable progress so far. In the upcoming phase, we'll explore auto layout, work with components, and transform our design into a light mode. I'm excited to continue this journey with you as we elevate our design to new heights.